There was these two CJ-130s aircraft. They landed. They landed near this shrine to a Muslim cleric, Ali. So it was, like I said, it was not a heavily populated area, but it was rural. But there were still people around who could, maybe call up somebody, communicate with somebody, and that's why I think there was electronic warfare assets on the ground to try to disrupt, or in the air, trying to disrupt communications, just so they could get this WSO out of harm's way.
I know we'll never know, but what are your thoughts on the scorched earth tactic of destroying the planes? Do you think that was actually the Americans that did that, or was that the Iranians?
Yeah, no, I think the Americans blowing in place, what they call BIP. I think they did that. Now, some have said that they look at some of the pictures and it looks like the propellers are bent, suggesting that they may have crashed. Again, there's an explanation. I think there is an explanation for that.
There is no bent propeller blades, and I'm the only one that's got the shit up there, man. I have pictures, proof, video of the planes landing. So don't get too scared, man. You know what I'm saying? The planes landed, and they had a lot of shit aboard. And they went in with special ops because the Pentagon leaked the information. Trump's trying to blame the media. They were after 1,000 pounds of uranium, and now they can't take off because they got bombs, they got fucking tanks, everything on that aircraft probably. What shot down the F-15E Strike Eagle is nobody will talk about it, man. They're getting around it. It's China and Russia with bricks is what it is. Now we're talking about nuclear war to take you away from the subject. Okay, so let's continue. There is no bent propeller blades. See, I didn't see this shit. Okay, I did.
When they were landing, if the aircraft pitched down sharply, then the propellers could have been damaged at that point. So,
or they could have just blown up into the sky and fell down and maybe broke the props. I don't know.
Yeah, that's probably less likely.
Now, there is one broken prop. There is. And you can see it on Stephen Bennett News channel and Israeli News Live. And I have it up there already. There's a propeller laying flat on the ground. Okay. And that might have been where the bomb hit it, because a crankshaft in an engine is very hard. And it would have broke it off because it's really hardened steel. But it was still, it was still straight. You ever watch World War II footage? Go look at it, man. The propellers are bent clean over the engine, man. The motor weighs a lot more than the propeller, and there's things called leverage. We love it, man. Cash App, the thing, Tiger, contribute, man. I'll get off the fucking street, bro. I'm supposed to go get a job in the socialist country, all right? I'll go back to my country, Scotland, Ireland, with the Milwee name that served 265 military entries before this shit, man. Look up Lee Milwee, that's my granddad. And I have ID on me, man, and a birth certificate. Look it up. There's a lot of people just trying to pry money out of you. I ain't. I'm gonna bring it for real, bro. I already have it time stamped and publishing dated, man. No AI or nothing. Zero Hedge on Twitter is where I found it. And Israeli News Live. 2 fucking channels, man. That's it. Or 2 sources. 2 different platforms. Let's continue. Tigers, Signs of Times by Toby Milwee. It is April 7th, 26, It's Tuesday afternoon, 5:45 p.m. I know what time it is around here, unlike other people on Rumble that don't know what they're talking about because they're too busy judging the Pharisees or the Antichrist or Trump, or they're lost. I do have some corrections to make, okay? And they're not on me. Zero Hedge on Twitter is a great source, man. You need to stop giving your money to people on Rumble where they can talk all the bullshit they want with misinformation, and YouTube where they allow it. This is true facts. I have timestamp published videos about what happened to the C130s, okay? This is Canadian Prepper, and the title is about something else, okay? In the title, let me go, I want to crop this video, but it's Nate's latest video. It's 44 minutes old, and it says here, former CIA discusses Trump's civilization ending and nuclear threats, okay? Check this out.
Ships of those aircraft, fired up one of them, and with two, I believe what happened were the two PJs climbed on board the Little Bird. They'll sit on the skids. They flew up the mountain. Little Bird hovered. They hopped off. They found the colonel. They got him on board, took him back down, began treating his wounds. And now, at this point, did they get into a firefight? Because there is some evidence that the helicopters and the fuselage of the C-130s had bullet holes in it. So there may have been a firefight there, which maybe that aircraft had been good to go until it got shot up, and then they had to call for a rescue.
Just to ask you a question here with respect to, why didn't the Iranians have this territory covered? I mean, obviously, I'm aware of the geography of Iran. It's a vast.
Okay, we're going to go into where we're at. Okay, we already know we're in Iran. We already know it's got mountains. We already know they have lots of missiles. Let's talk no nonsense, okay? Larry Johnson's kind of lost right here in this conversation. And you know what? He is very intelligent. And I have studied this all Easter weekend. And Nate, I just can't really make the point about what he was talking about just now, but that nobody sees how the C-130s landed in sand. Nobody saw that on Twitter from Israel News 12 channel. And people commented about it. I got it posted, man. Nobody saw that. So you got to respect that. Okay, let's go on.
Landscape with mountains, and I've climbed mountains before, so I know there's situations where you're hundreds of miles from a road, so access is a problem, especially if your air force has been destroyed. But how come there wasn't anybody using man pads, and what does this say for the prospect of doing a ground invasion? Have they now collected data that you think is going to either support or dissuade a ground invasion initiated in this kind of manner as we've seen here?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so now we're worried about people being drafted, okay? And the real narrative here is the fact, let me get this right, that we were going after 1,000 pounds of uranium. I talked to the man at the liquor store yesterday about this. We were going in to clear the ground with A-10 Warhearts and stuff so we could get in there and get that uranium. And the mission took a shit because your fucking news media is getting blamed for putting out information that the Pentagon leaked. It's not the information from the news media. It's the fucking Pentagon because they don't like Donald Trump. Because nobody wants to go to this war. And you can see that shit. Forget about the Gerald Ford, what happened with the fire and all that. Okay. I really want to research that. But this is going to get better and better. Subscribe to me. Contribute, man. I'm homeless out here with no fucking data, sitting here in a rest area, man. Spending my time, man. Can I get some respect? Look my name up, Millwee. I have it in my blood that my family served 265 military entries in this country, and we ended up without shit. Farmers, laborers, and clerks, and now you have to have a background check and shit. Because we're all supposed to be a bunch of dumb fuck drug addicts. I learned how to read, write, and spell making these videos. And I'm not judging nobody.